I think we've come to a moment in time where we've become aware of our impact on this planet, and especially when it comes to the food that we eat. So I think it's time for us to change the way that we are producing food. A lot of people are still demanding or require meat from their diet, but the way that we are producing it today is damaging not only to the animals, but also the planet and the people that actually make it. So now we are doing a new innovation to make sure that we can have our steak and eat it too. A new way of producing meat, using the fundamental building blocks of life, which is the cell, and using them to create the muscle and fat that we like to eat on a daily basis.
I would love to contribute to a sector that makes us less dependent on slaughtering animals for our protein. We believe that meat is here to stay, but we also know that the current way of producing meat is completely unsustainable. And we believe that in the 21st century, with state of science and technology, it's actually not required anymore to grow the full animal to produce our meat, but that we can grow it here in our facilities.
We are in this business to put a dent in both animal husbandry as well as climate change. And the only way to do it is to bring a mass product to the market. What we're making, it's not like meat, right? It's exactly the same. The makeup is the same, it will taste the same, the texture will be the same, the experience will be the same. So what we say is it's not like meat, it is actual meat.
So what is different about what we do at Meatable is that we use a different cell type. And this can be done from any animal that you can imagine. So right now we're doing cows and pigs, and we take from these animals pluripotent cells. What we do then is use our patented technology called OptioX to be able to turn them both into muscle and fat. So this combination of a species-indifferent technology and then the pluripotent cells from different animals makes us unique in this field.
If you look at our technology, we have the lowest cost potential in the space. Our process is the most easy to scale, and we can make, next to mincemeat offerings, also whole cuts. And why is that important? Because in the end, we're a mission-driven company, so we really need to be price competitive with traditional meat, and our process is the fastest in the field. So we'll be able to compete with traditional meat very soon.
The advantage with cultured meat is that we not only can do it downstream, but we also can work upstream. If we understand what kind of flavor precursors they need to be present to create that flavor, or that aroma, what kind of properties does a product needs to have a better texture, then we can look at the way the cultured meat is being developed, and there we can optimize it.
We've recently scaled up our processes from a 3-liter to a 50-liter scale. We're going to scale up to 500-liter in the near future. The biggest technological challenges were actually to move up to the 50 liters. When I look to see as well how well the team has handled that, that gives us a lot of confidence that we will also make up those next steps.
The first thing you will recognize is big vessels, like in a brewery, all kinds of bioreactors. And in some of them, the cells are proliferating, they're multiplying, and when they're ready, we will put them in a new bioreactor, which is then differentiation reactor. And in this bioreactor, they will gain body weight, they will grow. And after a couple of days, they are mature, and then we will send them to a harvest equipment, like a centrifuge. We take out the biomass and then process them in a meat facility.
One of the things I've been developed here when I started is a sensory panel. We have very highly motivated people that are being trained with sensory skills, and in this way we can guarantee that we are going the right direction.
I think it's important to see not only like the taste of the inside, but also of the outside of the sausage. So for the outside, we have seen in other sausages that it's not only important how they're cooked, but how they are made to get this nice grilling taste.
So why meat tastes like meat is because of the unique fats and proteins inside of the muscle and fat tissue. And what we are making is exactly the same thing. You need whole muscle fibers to create the proteins that we associate with the flavor of meat. If you don't do that, you won't create the right components that you will experience of a meat product. So that's why you need the whole muscle fibers, and that's why you need actual fat to give people what they want, 100% real delicious product.
It bounces back a little bit, right? And that bite, I think, is very difficult in other products. And then really the sort of the umami flavor, really that meat type of flavor. Those were the two things that really struck me in that it's different than plant-based meat.
It tasted like 100% real delicious meat, because this is what we're making. We're not using fibroblast, we're not using myoblast, we're creating muscle fibers. And these are needed to create the experience of eating meat, to create the right proteins that people are finding delicious. And this is what's unique about us compared to other players in the field.
My dream is that eventually we'll create food inside of cities, that we are not using agricultural land and transporting food around the world, but that we have, at places like this, innovations that can supply the surrounding neighborhoods with fresh, healthy products.
I sometimes say to the scientists, I know that it's challenging what we're doing on the scientific side, but I'm really proud that we now have a group of 65 people together who enjoy working together, who know what they all need to do, who know how they fit into the big picture, who feel connected to the mission that we have, and really every day work their ass off to get closer to where we want to be.